Day 45 of hiking the Appalachian Trail in 100 days. Fairly chill terrain this morning. Some little bit of rocky sections, but nothing bad. Got started around 6:30, which is a little bit of a later start for me, but just been letting myself wake up when I wake up, basically, and go from there, and it's been working out. So only got about 19 or 20 miles today, but I'm probably going to stop at a shelter around mile 15. I think it's called the 501 shelter, and I think they have like running water and a spigot and a shower. So since I have a little bit of a shorter day, I might try to take a shower. We'll see how it goes. And there's a chance I might try to go on a little bit past the shelter that I'm planning to stay at tonight, but I doubt it. Doesn't seem too hot yet today. It's almost 11 o'clock. When I woke up and got out of the tent, I was actually a tiny bit chilly in just my short sleeve shirt, so I put on my jacket for a few minutes while I was packing some stuff up. And I was hoping that meant it wouldn't get super hot today. So far it doesn't seem too hot, but still got a few more hours that it could definitely heat up into the afternoon, I think. So we'll just have to wait and see. Well, I can officially say that I am past the 1,000 mile mark on the Appalachian Trail just within the last few minutes. So 1,000 miles down, just about 100 more to go until the halfway point, which will be right around 1,100, and then 1,100 more after that. So making good progress. Day 45, 1,000 miles in, right on track, and almost to the halfway point. And I'm excited to reach that halfway point and to see what the second half of the trip brings as well. There's a deer in my way. He's just looking at me. Hey, buddy. It's all right. Man, these deer are not super concerned with people. Just after 2 o'clock now, and I did stop at the 501 shelter for close to an hour and a half, but it was time well spent, I think. It's called the 501 shelter, by the way, because it's right next to, or pretty close to, the AT crossing of Pennsylvania Route 501. So I only have about 2 miles left to the shelter I was planning to stay at tonight. So I would definitely be there by 3 o'clock. And I'm pretty sure at this point actually that I am going to go further, probably about a little more than 5 miles further. About 6 miles past the shelter is kind of a campsite that's marked on the map, but there's some comments saying, oh, it's not very good, and there's kind of some sketchy trees nearby, which you don't want to be near in the event of high winds. But there were also some comments saying there was a good site like a mile north of there. So I'm probably gonna try to go somewhere around there. So about 5 miles past the shelter. So I did stock up on water. I had 4.5 liters when I left the 501 shelter. So that should be plenty for tonight and tomorrow morning. And while I was at the shelter taking my break, instead of eating my typical snacks, I actually cooked my dinner, and that way I'll need less water this evening, and then I'll just eat my snacks for my dinner. So just a little ways to optimize, I feel like, and just trying to make sure I have enough water. In the tent for the night, and I made it to this tent spot a little bit before 5 o'clock, and I got my tent set up and everything. And since I didn't have to cook dinner, I just kind of ate the rest of my snacks. I was able to get everything done pretty quickly before 7 o'clock. So just been chilling here a little bit, and I feel like I haven't really been recording as much the last few days, but it just doesn't seem like there's very much to record. Pennsylvania seems kind of boring, just kind of flat trails and some rocks here and there, and then some sections are just smooth and nice. So the one thing that has been nicer about Pennsylvania, I don't know if it's Pennsylvania or if it's just a coincidence, but pretty much since I got into Pennsylvania, there have been far less bugs, especially in the mornings. So the last few weeks throughout a lot of New England, in the mornings while I was getting up and getting packed up, I was always just getting absolutely attacked by mosquitoes. And pretty much once I got into Pennsylvania, that went away. There's been very few mosquitoes in the morning, and not really many, flies or anything midday like there were before. I have had some kind of like gnat clouds a little bit at some points or another, but they don't really bother you. They just kind of fly around, and they seem annoying, but they're not really like hurting you at all. So it's not really that big of an issue. I mean, there's certainly flies and some mosquitoes, but it's definitely not as bad as it was just a few days ago or a week ago. But I did cross 1,000 miles today, which I'm super excited about. Getting pretty close to that halfway point, and this campsite I'm staying at, or this place I'm tenting at tonight, is at mile 1010.9. So just under 90 miles to the halfway point. Should get there in just a few days. And today was also not super hot or humid, really. It really wasn't bad at all. In the tent, it's still a little warm right now, but I'm sure it'll cool down in, an hour or so and not be bad throughout the night.